Last week I sat down and tried to cry. I focused on that familiar heavy place behind my eyes, willed myself to make water. I couldn't locate my parents, and I'd heard rumors that my childhood home had burned. The tears didn't come, but news began to. At least 30 homes destroyed, perhaps 50, maybe 100 and more to come. What began as a handful of lightning bolts, 5 fingers touching down in cruel proximity, took up the summer drought tinder and ran, jumping bodies of water, defying logic, outrunning the fighters. The fire took communication down first. Power, landlines, cell phones, and the local radio went dark. Worst of all, I knew no power for my parents also meant no pump for the well. Waterless in the center of an inferno. For those of us on the outside, the next 48 hours was a maelstrom of fear and numbness. We stared at our computer screens and phones obsessively, reached out to everyone we knew who might have access to the information we didn't, prayed in whatever ways we do. When bad news arrived, we comforted each other, a strong global web with a burning epicenter. We took solace in one another, the grown children of Lake Chelan. For those on the inside, the experience was more akin to war or hell. The air a thick soup of smoke and floating ash, punctuated fiercely with helicopters and retardant-spewing bomber planes. Families and friends separated. Evacuation after evacuation, the fires moving so fast that it could feel like no one and nothing was safe. The homes that went down held such history, and there were so many of them. It took a while for me to find my tears. They were married not to the bad news I'd expected, but to the stories of heroism and community that began to surface. Exhausted neighbors risking their lives for one another, the speed with which those displaced were rehomed, businesses giving away their inventory on the street to those who needed. It was the sound in my mother's voice when I told her that our friends had saved our home, fighting a wall of flames with shovels. From so far away, I could still feel the blood pumping through the massive heart of my hometown. The exhausted were caring for the suffering. The fearful were calming the terrified. I am a product of my home. I was taught to be compassionate above all, to acknowledge strangers as deserving, to protect my communities, and to honor the earth and its bounty. As the residents of Chelan attempt to shelter one another, I am doing my best to widen the circle of support, to invite more resources and prayer into the conversation so that those who need to rest may do so. Countless people from my greater national and global community have reached out to ask what they can do to support Chelan. This campaign, Grow the Love, is my simple answer to that question. Donate monetarily, share this campaign with your own communities, glow this bubble of love and support in the way that only you can. Below, you'll find all the information you need to share your love and support with the residents of Chelan County. Thank you for helping me to take care of my community.